All right, welcome back to Mondays Down South for our split out picks video like we did last week. So I'll just quickly run through the results. Really strong showing, gentlemen. So Zach and I tie at the top of the leaderboard after week one with a 12-4 outright. Size 2 games off the pace with 10-6. A lot of favorites won last week. And if you were following our parlay, it's a little tricky. Really strong parlay, guys. Technically, with the final numbers I sent to a few people like my Raleigh buddies, we only hit 2 out of 3 on the parlay, but that's because the Broncos with an all-time bad beat. We originally recorded at 7.5. It switches to 8.5. We decided to lay the extra point by the time we got the bets in and sent them around to the people. And unfortunately, the game lands exactly at 8 because Sean Payton refused to kick a field goal, and instead he decided to just throw a jump ball from Bo Nix into the end. Like, just a mess. But we're kind of taking credit for 3 for 3, at least in our analysis, because we feel pretty good about it, and we should have stuck to the 7.5 like we recorded it. But, unfortunately, in terms of the people that we sent the board to, they are not going to give us that benefit of the doubt, and they'll have to settle for 2 out of 3 victories. But still a really good parlay last week, gentlemen. So excited to get back into it this week.
That was great for week one. Week one's always insane, so it's great that it worked out. And narrowing it down to those 3 was good. So I'm here for it.
That's true, and I still think that we have a couple more weeks before Vegas really gets their analytical data in. Because like week 4, 5, I feel like we get killed. Yeah. So let's keep the momentum up while we have it for week
this
2.
board was a nightmare. I was prepping before this. I didn't. Oh boy, yeah. Week 2 is still early, I think. So we'll have to see. But I'm going to change it and just go off full vibes. I prepped a bunch of picks beforehand, but now I'm like, I've done the research. I'm gonna go with my gut here because I had so much trouble narrowing it down.
Like it.
Sounds good. Well, let's go ahead and kick this off. Week 2 picks, starting with Thursday night, the Washington Commanders playing at the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. This is the game of the week. I mean, can we be honest? I haven't even looked at the other matchups yet. This is crazy. Green Bay has a minus 3.5 spread. I'll start this one off. We'll kick it over to Cy, and then respectively, Evan can cover his team last. Give me the Packers to win and cover -3. I think they're going to win. I think it's going to be like about a touchdown game. Cy, over to you.
Yeah, Packers win and cover.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm going to kind of do a strategy this year of just trying not to lose ground on by being biased. For me, there's a little too much heat on the Packers right now, and they're like discounting how even these teams I think are. Not granted in Lambeau, very difficult, but so I'll say the Packers win, but don't cover. Give me the 3.5.
Okay, sounds good. Next game here is Sunday, 1 p.m.ers. We got the Rams playing at the Titans. Titans, Cam Ward didn't play terrible, but they only had like 120 yards because they played the Denver Broncos. The Rams carry a minus 5.5 spread coming across the country to Tennessee. Cy, go ahead and kick this one off.
Yeah, someone said today that the Rams might have the best defense in the NFL, and that's honestly a pretty good take given how young they are. I'm going to take the Rams to win and cover.
I still don't like the secondary, and if Calvin Ridley finds his hands, I think they could maybe make it interesting. Give me the plus 5.5. Rams win though.
Wow. Yep, same with me. Rams win plus 5.5. It's always tough coming across country with the EVMAR analytics that we've gotten over the past years. Next game here, we got the Jaguars playing at the Bengals, and the Bengals carry a minus 3.5 spread. Evan, start us off.
Yeah, tough teams. These feel like identically structured teams. The Bengals did not look good last week, but I'll say Joe Burrow comes out and lights up the Jaguars secondary, and they win and cover.
Same with me. Cincinnati win and cover.
I think it would be so idiotic if Jacksonville does not play Travis Hunter as a full-time cornerback this week, but I don't think they're going to, and for that reason, I think I'm taking the Bengals to easily cover this one.
It's a great take.
I think I prefer. I think that makes me more confident in the Bengals because he had some rough film from last week at corner, but I think he's going to play more this week.
He only played like 6 snaps.
They gave him 5 snaps. you're never going to be able to fully establish yourself at your position if you don't actually get an allotment of snaps there. I don't want him to be average at both. I want him to get an opportunity to be elite at one. So, yeah.
Dude, Ev, this goes back to our trailside, trailside basketball games that Cy and I played during COVID. If I shot 20 shots, maybe I'd make like 5 or 6 of them. But if I shot 6 shots, I would go 0 for 6 for sure. It takes me a little while to warm up. All right. All right. This next 1 p.m.er, we'll get another divisional matchup: Browns versus the Ravens. Ravens carry an 11.5 spread. I'll kick this one off. I think the Ravens are going to start off hot. The Browns did play pretty well week 1. Joe Flacco's going against his old team, but I'm not buying any of that storyline. Ravens win and cover, even at minus 11.5. Si?
I'm going to say Ravens win. I'll give the Browns a little bit of credit to cover because that defense is still very good. So, and it's a divisional game, so I'll give them a little bit of credit in making up ground. But I'll take the Ravens to win.
Yeah, how are we getting to this number, Vegas? I don't understand, which makes me think they're going to cover, but that's way too many points. Mm-hmm. Like, and the Browns always play the Ravens tough and like find a way to upset them once a year. Like, I can't get to that number. Browns cover.
Okay, sounds good. Next game: Bills versus the Jets. Bills have a minus 6.5 advantage, despite the fact that it's played in New York. Si, kick this one off.
You're saying New York isn't in Giant Stadium, right? Or sorry, Jet Stadium, right?
Jet Stadium. That's right.
I will take the Bills to win and cover, but that's where the line makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is another one. I'll say Bills win and cover. Jets maybe a little fluky last week. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bills win and cover, but I don't love this spread despite the fact that all three of us agreed. I don't think it's going to be one of those like 37-3. You know how like the Bills, they typically starch their divisional opponents. I just can't see that in this game, but it's only 6.5, right? Yeah. Patriots are playing at the Dolphins. The Dolphins have a minus 1.5 spread. Now, before people start, climbing up the tree here, just remember that Miami's away bench faces the hot sun. It's going to be 90 degrees down there. Mm-hmm. This is Evmar Analytics over here, and we'll let Evan kick this game off. Who do you got, Patriots, Dolphins?
It's not enough for me. I'm betting against the Dolphins this year. Give me the Pats to get their first win of the season. I think they're going to have a better record by the end of the year, so it makes sense to pick them.
Si?
I'll go next. I'm taking Miami.
I'm going to take the Patriots. I think Drake May had a pretty bad game, and I think he's going to rebound here under Vrabel. Okay, next game we got 49ers playing at the Saints. Dylan Rattler had like 46 pass attempts. Who knows what that's going to do against a Robert Salah defensive coordinated defense.
Dylan Rattler disrespected my boy like that.
What? Spencer Rattler?
You said Dylan
Rattler. I loved it though.
Wait, what I call him?
Dylan.
I called him Dylan Rattler. I was like, damn.
Oh man, no, sorry, Spencer Rattler.
No, but I love that.
Were you thinking Dylan Raiola, perhaps?
Yeah, he might have been.
If that's the case, I should have just said Patrick Mahomes Jr., Evan. All right, that's no Dylan Raiola. So I will let you kick this one off. 49ers at the Saints. San Francisco minus 3.5. What do you got?
Yo, that almost game-winning drive from Spencer Rattler invoked a little bit of confidence in me. But I will take the 49ers, but there is a world where it might be Mac Jones. So this is an interesting.
Based on that spread, there's not a world. It is the world. There's no way that they would have that spread if there wasn't a 100% chance that Purdy was going to be out. That's what that is way too low.
I think the reason that spread is so low is that even if Purdy plays, C-Mac didn't practice today, and They lost George Kittle, and Juwan Jennings is out. So even if Purdy plays, that will be a closer spread than you might think because of that situation. So I'm taking the 49ers begrudgingly this week, and it's only because they're playing the Saints.
This actually got down to 2.5, so I think it was 4.5 when there was like a little bit of maybe it was 50-50 for Purdy, and then today I think they said he's like doubtful. So it got to 2.5. Now it's settled at 3.5. This is a mess, but I'm like, even with Mac Jones, right? Kyle Shanahan as the coach, right? Cover the 3.5 even on the run of the Superdome, right? 49ers minus 3.5. But I don't love it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to say 49ers win and cover too. And I think if they score 7 points, they'll win. I mean, that defense for the 49ers is so much better this season under Salah. And Jake Moody's gone, all right? So they're actually going to start making their field goals. Give me 49ers win and cover. All right, next game. We got the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. I'll go ahead and kick this one off. I'm going to take the Giants to win this game, despite the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are minus 5.5. I just think that there's something in the shed right now for New York, and I'll probably regret this pick, but Evan, I'll kick it over your way.
Yeah, I don't know if it's for sure that Andrew Thomas is out, but until I know he's back, I'm not picking the Giants. Cowboys win and cover.
Dude, the Cowboys look good in that first half of week 1, and then CeeDee Lamb, for whatever reason, forgot how to catch a football. I actually think they could have beaten the Eagles, and I think they will beat the Giants. Go Cowboys.
Oh, can I switch my pick, man? I feel like I'm very emotional about this.
You're doing that, bro? I can't believe you're already giving up on your Giants.
Because I picked them for the NFC Championship. I don't know. We'll come back to it maybe off the call.
You did box yourself into having to
I did. I mean, dude, the Cowboys played so well against the Eagles, and Dak looked incredible. We'll talk about it later. So Chicago Bears are playing at the Lions. This is the welcome moment for Ben Johnson back to Detroit. Amon St. Brown said, and I quote, "We're going to be booing him," and he encourages the Ford Field to boo him as well. Detroit carries a minus 6.5 spread. Cy, go ahead and kick this one off for us.
I'm going to say Detroit wins. I'm not super confident in the cover. I actually think it'll be a close game because Ben knows Detroit very well. So that's where I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it got to 5, or it was 5.5. 6.5 gives me a lot less confidence. The key for me is the Bears had like 2 of their starting corners out against the Vikings, which made it so much less impressive what Minnesota did. And I think Edmonds, or one of their linebackers, was out. So I don't really know how their health stacks up, but I'm going to take the Lions to win and cover. I'm going to say last week was a bit of a fluke for the Lions.
Oh, I'm going to say that too. I'm going to say the Lions win and cover as well. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks playing at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll go ahead and kick this one off because I have an opinion on the Seahawks. I think they're just overrated in every sense of the word. I think Darnold's overrated. I think their coaches are overrated. I think that organization is overrated. Their defense is good, but I just don't trust them. And I think that the Steelers are going to win and cover this minus 2.5 spread in Pittsburgh. So that's my take. Ev, I'll kick it your way.
Yeah, I want to go hungry dog runs faster. Seahawks off a loss, Steelers off a win, but you're going across the country. The Seahawks, I didn't vibe with their identity. Their defense is great, and they want to just pound the rock and not have Darnold make many plays. But I think Darnold's way better than that. Their identity in the Niners game I didn't really jive. So give me I'll say Steelers winning cover, but I don't know, man.
It's 2.5, right, Zach?
2.5 Pittsburgh at home.
I do think the run game for Seahawks will get better. I think Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet did not have the greatest run game, but they're a good two-headed back situation. Their offensive line isn't the greatest, so that's a bit pause. But I do think they'll find a way to get them going. My main thing is JSN is an absolute stud, so that's where I struggle with this a little bit more because I do think he makes plays. But the last thing I'll say is, Evan, I said this last week, I think Darnold is good, but I think Minnesota made him look even better than I think maybe he is. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Steelers to win this game. And after a good showing from – and I think the Steelers defense will be a lot better this week too.
I do too. Okay, we got the Broncos playing at the Colts. We'll give Cy the last pick here out of respect. Evan, go ahead and kick this one off. Broncos at Colts. Denver minus 1.5 spread despite the fact they're playing in Lucas Oil.
Yeah, I think the Vegas is sticking to their preseason guns on this one, and I am not going to go with them. I'm going to say the Colts win this. Like Lou Anarumo, as I mentioned earlier, throwing out some really exotic looks defensively with how bad Bo Nix looked last week. I'm going to go with the Colts.
Yeah, give me the Colts to win this game as well. Yeah.
Damn, I was not expecting both of y'all to do it. Yeah, I'm going to take my Colts, but I think this really comes down to, obviously, Bo Nix, as Evan alluded to, but I think our offense against their defense will be a fun matchup to see, and we'll see if Indiana Jones can keep the momentum because Indiana Jones will also get some blitz packages thrown his way too.
That's true. We got the Carolina Panthers playing at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals look pretty good. I mean, they did play the Saints. The spread is Arizona minus 6.5. And Cy, we'll let you lead this one off.
You said Arizona minus 6.5 versus the Cardinals?
At home, yeah.
And it's in Arizona?
It's in Arizona versus the Panthers.
Panthers, sorry. You cut out a little bit. But I'll say Cardinals to win. Sorry, it's in Arizona and the Panthers are going to their house, right? You cut out a little bit. Okay, so I'll say Cardinals win. but I'm not going to take the cover.
Ev?
I'll take the cover. It's 50-50, though.
I'll take the cover too, but I do think the Panthers are going to play a little bit better, but I'll take the win and cover. We got Eagles Chiefs. You guys will see in another pod, probably like a 15-minute pod here. We dissected this game in detail, so we don't need to do it here. I'll start. I think the Eagles are going to win and cover this 1.5 spread. Si, I'll kick it your way.
Chiefs win.
Chiefs win.
All right, and we got the Sunday night football game. I will go last because it's the Falcons versus the Vikings. Ev, go ahead and kick this one off for us, Mr. J.J. McCarthy himself.
What's the spread?
Oh, minus 3.5 Minnesota in Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
They keep bringing this number down. I think it maybe was 5.5 at open. It got to 4.5. Now it's 3.5. I get the Vikings played Monday Night Football, but the Vikings are going to look more like the fourth quarter team on their home turf, home opener. I think JJ is going to play like he did in that fourth quarter here. I originally was going to take the Falcons to cover at like 4 or 5.5 because it's a short week, but nah, I'm laying those 3.5. Give me the Vikings.
I'll take the Vikings to win, and I guess, take them to cover. You could maybe convince me into it, but I actually think this is going to be closer than we think it is. I think JJ will be good, but I don't think he's immediately going to be like elite every single week. I think he's going to have some growing pains, and the Falcons defense was a lot better going into this year than they were in years prior with their drafts. So it'll be a good one.
That's a good point, Si. I'm going to say, I'm kind of tossed and turned about this one. I'm going to say Vikings win and cover. The reason I say that confidently is because the Falcons they failed to establish a run game. So Algier, 10 carries, 20 yards. Brian Robinson couldn't get going. And I think that's going to be a huge problem because you're going to see a lot of like 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s. And then you're going to see Brian Flores stack 8 in the box, and Penix is not going to know who's rushing and he does not have the speed to get out of the pocket. So I do think that Minnesota is going to cause some turnovers, and as a result, I think they're going to win the game. So give me Minnesota win and cover. We'll transition over to the 2 Monday night football games, starting with the Buccaneers playing at the Houston Texans. That's an epic matchup. Houston has a minus 2.5 spread. I'll kick this one off. I think that the Texans are going to win. I think this is going to be like an ugly, low-scoring game, but give me the Texans to win and cover that 2.5. I think CJ bounces back a little bit, and that defense is scary, man. So, with Godwin out and Mike Evans not playing well, give me the Texans.
Yeah, this is going to be my hungry dog runs faster game coming off a loss. Give me the Texans at home in their home opener to win, and I guess I'll lay the 2.5. I'll say they cover.
I think if I remember correctly, the Bucs have a couple O-line injuries going on right now, and they're waiting for those guys, which is why with Wirfs out, assuming he doesn't come back this week, and they go into Houston, it's hard for me to pick them to beat them. Even though I think Baker can do it, I'm going to take the Texans to win this one simply from the playing on the road with Wirfs out against that elite defensive line.
Love it. Final game, we got the Chargers playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. This is going to be a fun game, man. I tell you what, both teams want to know. Chargers carry a 3.5 spread despite playing in Vegas. Still a dome environment. It's going to be interesting. Si, lead us off for this final game for week 2.
We did not give Geno Smith the credit that he deserved on our podcast today, but for him to go in week 1 and throw for over 300 yards on a new team and have that offense humming was super impressive. With all that being said, though, the Chargers look like one of the most complete teams in the NFL week 1, and I think that's going to give them the edge, and I do think they'll win and cover on the road for this one.
I'll buy into the Chargers. I like the Raiders, but I'm not certain what to make of them yet. So give me the Chargers to win and cover.
Give me the Chargers to win and cover. That's all the games, gents.
All right.
Love it.
Should be an interesting week as always. Can't wait for Thursday Night Football.
That'll be a fun one tomorrow night. I can't wait for us to not have 2 games on Monday nights. I can't stand that.
And if you're going to do it, just do it week 1. This is the dumbest thing. Yeah,
So annoying.
I hate it.